Problem number 31, we're given that y is equal to the square root of x minus 1 all over the square root of x plus 1. Alright. So now what we want to do is we're asked to find dy dx. Okay. Well, there's lots of ways we could do this. We could use a quotient rule. Maybe we could hit it with the conjugates. There's, I don't know. Why do you guys laugh when I say yesterday I said it's a rectangular house, and I said, so first let's draw a rectangle, and the class just started laughing. And I was like, what's so funny?
Nothing was funnier than yesterday when you were just like, it's either a hump or a dip.
Oh.
It's either a what? A what?
Either a hump or a dip.
For what?
We had the graph and it like went in, down.
It went like this, and I said there's only one hump.
Didn't believe that.
And then he was like, what are these? And I was like, that's a dip. And then he was like, okay, so they're either a hump or a dip.
I don't remember that.
And then he was like, Taylor Valley. Taylor Valley.
All right. I'm still recording. So when we take the derivative of u, remember that the square root of x is actually the same as x raised to the 1/2. So this is technically 1/2 x, but now when I subtract 2 over 2, right, because we're supposed to subtract 1 from the power, what does that give me?
Negative.
A negative 1/2. And the same thing here, I got 1/2 x to the negative 1/2.
Wait, why'd you
So
do
they're the
that?
same?
Why'd you subtract? Oh.
Using the power rule. Now, to find dy dx of u over v, right, we have to use the quotient rule. And the quotient rule is v, u prime, minus u, v prime, all over v squared. Is that right? All right, let's do it. Dy dx. V is the square root of x plus 1 times u prime, which is 1/2 x raised to the negative 1/2 minus u, which is going to be the square root of x minus 1, right, times v prime, which is going to be 1/2 x to the negative 1/2. I kind of ran out of room there. All over v, which is the square root of x plus 1 squared. Okay, this is going to get a little messy before it gets nice and clean and neat. So I've got dy dx is equal to, I'm going to change this to x to the 1/2, and I'm going to change this one to x to the 1/2. So when I push this through, I've got 1/2 x to the negative 1/2 times x to the 1/2 plus 1/2 x to the negative 1/2. That's just by me distributing that through the parentheses. Minus the quantity,
Why isn't it x to the negative 1/2 on the second?
because it's just times 1, so it's just itself. Right?
Wait, how'd you get rid of the square root of x?
The square root of x is x to the 1/2. So this is the same as the square root of x.
Okay.
So now I'm going to do that again. I'm going to say 1/2 x to the negative 1/2 times x to the 1/2, right? And now I'm going to have minus 1/2 x to the negative 1/2 x all over the square root of x plus 1 squared. Now what's the rule when you have the same base and you multiply? You add the exponents. So this is 1/2. When you multiply this with this, isn't that negative 1/2 plus 1/2, which equals x to the 0, plus 1/2 x to the negative 1/2, and then this minus sign gets distributed. This becomes 1/2 x to the 0, or negative 1/2 x to the 0, right? And then the negative times the negative becomes a positive 1/2 x to the negative 1/2. All over the square root of x plus 1 squared.
Wait, whoa, can we pause for this a minute?
Sure.
Why is...
And that's the answer?
Leave that up there for a second so you guys can kind of soak it in.
So why is it x to the 0?
Wait, can't those like cancel out though? Because it's like 1/2 x is 0.
Yeah, it can. Because remember when you, like if I were to say x squared times x to the third, what would I do with the 2 and the 3? Add them up. So when I add negative 1/2 plus 1/2, what's it equal? 0. Does that make sense? Now hopefully I didn't make any mistakes. We'll see in a second here. Huh?
We can only hope.
So this cancels with this, right? And when you have 1/2 x to the 1/2 and another half times x to the 1/2, what do I really have?
1 x to the...
Yeah, 1 x to the 1/2. So I have x to the negative 1/2 all over the square root of x plus 1 squared. Now, to get rid of the negative, I could say x to the 1/2 times the quantity, the square root of x plus 1 squared. Am I doing good so far? Any mistakes so far?
You're golden.
Good.
I think that's it. Let me just double check, make sure we're on track. What problem was that?
You're right. There's a 1 on the front.
Yeah. So now this becomes dy dx is equal to 1 over the square root of x times the quantity, the square root of x, plus 1 squared. And we'll just leave it at that for right now. Okay?
Thank you.
Any questions?
Oh my goodness, it's gonna be a hard